The national 12-bell final with Matthew Tosh.
Right now, though, we need to go across live to the tower for the ringing from Towcester. That was Toaster's test piece, Toaster there.
Live from Norwich, the final of the National 12-Bell Striking Contest 2015.
Indeed, we're live all day, taking you across the 12-bell final as it happens. We've heard from Leeds, the College U's, the Cumberlands, Bristol and Towcester so far. Next in the tower will be Melbourne, followed by Exeter, Norwich, Birmingham and Cambridge. I'm Matthew Tosh, taking you through until the results. We'll be bringing you those live, basically trying to communicate the competition as it happens. Now, a lot of you have been keeping in touch with the competition and communicating, giving us your thoughts on what's going on. So if you want to get involved in today, you can do it in a number of ways. If you're on email, you can email 12bellstudio@gmail.com, and that's the number 12. That will come through to us and we'll give you a shout out there. If you're on social media, you've got two ways there. It's on Twitter. We are at National 12Bell. That's the number 12 again. And don't forget to use the hashtag. It's hashtag 12bell, that's number 12 again. And of course on Facebook we are National 12-Bell Striking Contest. Thank you all of you for all of your comments so far.
This is the National 12-Bell Final with Matthew Tosh, live from Norwich.
Now the studio's filling up here. We've got Kathy Carter who has come in. They're looking very jubilant, very chipper. Good afternoon, Kathy. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Having a good day.
You're having a good day and could relax now because you were ringing for Bristol, weren't you? No, you weren't. You were kind of overseeing Bristol, shall I say that?
Well, I'm a churchyard supporter.
I would like to say kind of do you see your role as sort of like an executive director of the team?
I think that's going a bit far, Matthew.
Sorry, I've sort of bigged you up a bit too much. Seriously, I mean, you are regular at 12-bell competitions like this. I mean, what draws you to the day, even if you weren't involved with the team? What makes you keep wanting to come back?
I think really it's a chance of hearing some really good ringing. You get the best ringing in the world all thrown together on one day, and it's a chance to meet all your old chums and have a few beers, and there's a lot of hugging going on. It's very nice.
Very tactile group of people down there, isn't it?
Big hugs, yes. Lots of chat with people that you've known for years and years, and immaculate ringing going on, and it's a lovely sense of atmosphere as well as the competition. It's good fun.
I love the fact that you can just go downstairs as people you haven't seen for maybe 2-3 years, and you just pick up a conversation. Hey, how are you doing? And it's a bit like that thing, isn't it? When you go into a tower and you for a first time, if you're on holiday somewhere or you're working somewhere, you just go in and it's instant, that kind of welcome, that it's special.
Yep, there's hi, how are you? What are you doing these days? Are you having a good day? Like, where did you come up? And yeah, people just all join in with what's going on.
Brilliant. And what's the feeling of the Bristol team? You had a chance to speak to them following the performance?
Yeah, I think we're pretty pleased with how we've done. It was a good Bristol standard performance. We like to ring fairly briskly and get on with it, and have Bristol ringing when it's really good has a little bit of swagger in it. And I think we managed to achieve that today, and nobody went wrong. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a good day out.
That is a good day out. Well, Richard Webster was sort of screaming capital letters on Twitter saying, "Go Bristol!"
Go Bristol. That's what we said before Bristol went up the tower. So
brilliant,
and they did.
Okay, we've got Alex Tatlow's been tweeting as well, and actually most of his tweets have consisted of pictures of pints of beer. So I don't know where he is. I know he is in Norwich. We're hoping to get him in the studio.
He's here. He's here. A big contingent of support.
Okay, and
Bristol's turned out to support its band.
Yeah, and some of the ringers in Bath have been tweeting us as well. Paul in Bath has said, all doing well, feel and sound good. Bristol so far have it, in my humble opinion. Hashtag
we love them.
We love them. He really likes that.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's going really well. And I'm going to share this message because this came in. You'll like this, Kathy, because it came in during the last piece of ringing. This is from the Adelaide ringers who are listening.
Yes.
Charlotte, age 10. This is what she's written. I'm looking forward to being a part of the international 12-bell competition eventually.
Oh, fantastic, Charlotte.
We love
Charlotte,
you, Charlotte.
fantastic.
A round of applause in the studio for Charlotte.
Yay. Well done, Charlotte.
There we are, first round of applause of the day. So that's it, and that's the whole point, is it? We've got a range of people outside listening, some who are not 12-bell ringers, and you shouldn't feel alienated, should you? If you're not a 12-bell ringer, this is...
Yes, it's a good day out to come and listen. And obviously it has a special poignancy if your team is ringing, or people that you know are ringing. But what I'm really proud of the Bristol team for doing this year is having 3 new people into that team and really blending them in well and achieving good piece of ringing with 3 people who had not been part of the Bristol team before. That's a fantastic thing to do, and that's what it's all about. People have the opportunity to expand their 12 bell ringing and spread it further.
How do you deal with that? Because a lot of people have been talking about it's the importance of how a team gels when you bring new people in. I mean, do you do lots of social? I mean, I don't know. What's the way of getting them on board and making them feel part of the team as quickly as possible?
I think in some ways people already are part of that team because they wouldn't have been on the list if they weren't already ringers in that centre. So the hard work is done for you in some ways, but the way people respond to each other and how they educate each other when they have new people in, it's a team effort. It's no one person, it's no one thing that you do, it's everything that works together and the whole mood that you create as a team, and obviously everybody has a part in that.
We're talking to Catherine Carter from Bristol, just commenting on the ringing so far. Phil here has just commented on the ringing for Bristol. He said, I quite enjoyed that, Bristol. So yes. There we are. Oh, big cheat. Yeah, liking that. And he says, Matt Dawson, go Cave Boy.
Go Cave Boy.
So there we are. This is it. And people are listening, I say, all around the world. So thank you so much to all of you who have been sending in your message. Keep listening. Greg Jordan says, a great footage of you eating a banana, Matthew. Thank you very much. So I'll give us with camera a wave there. Kathy, we're going to let you get back to all the action downstairs because I know you want to listen to the other people. Yes, don't leave that around here because there's too much beer in the studio. Could make a very interesting broadcast.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Kathy Carter there from Bristol talking to us.
This is the National 12 Bell Final. Matthew Tosh, live from Norwich.
Now, Den Windmill says, Toaster, interesting, good in parts, not so good in others. Hashtag 12 Bell there. Paul Tybout has said, someone get me a David Brown mask, please. Good luck, Mark Eccleston, Tom Mack and Jim Muscle, Mary Foster. You go, girl. Did I do that right?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Gareth not impressed there. What else have we got? I'm going to go back to Facebook. Lots going on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. Faith Pierce is one of the local ringers, and I was talking to her last night in the pub. This is what she had to say. Are you local?
I may be.
Faith, you are one of the Mancroft ringers, aren't you? And how are you involved in the organisation of the competition here?
But I'm part of the Appeal 300 committee.
Now we'll talk about that because this is a big year for Norwich, of course, and Mancroft. What's the actual appeal about?
Well, it's sort of marking the 300th of anniversary of the first peal ever rung in the world, or recorded peal ever rung in the world. So we are trying to fundraise in order to put the original gallery back in Mancroft and underneath create a training centre, hopefully to get new ringers ringing, and
Have you got a fundraising target in mind for that?
Yeah, we're trying to raise around 400,000, so we've got a long way to go, but it's been positive so far, and we've had lots of initiatives to get money coming in, and this helps as well. The 12 Bell, having so many ringers in the Norwich area, is really helpful.
It's quite an extraordinary ringing chamber when you go in there. What struck me earlier was when you're looking up, and there's not one set of rope guides. I think there's 3 in total in there. It's quite extraordinary.
It's terrifying. That's the one thing people say when you go there: don't look up, and that means that you do look up, because whenever someone says that, it's the first thing you do.
Don't you? It sort of puts the idea into your head. Don't do it, and everyone does it.
Indeed, yeah, it's the first thing to do, and it is terrifying, but you get used to it, and I'm ringing there now as if it's nothing. So, yeah. Just
bread and butter stuff for you, really. Then. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that's going to add to the kind of the atmosphere or the tension for the ringers going there? Because I mean, this is a really high pressure competition. Then to sort of look up and see that, even if you're an experienced ringer, it's just another thing to think about.
I think So I think Norwich is a really special ringing chamber. As you say, you look up and you just see this amazing space above you, and you've got the peel boards sort of going up the wall, not just one deep, but like 3 deep, and historic peel boards. But the first ever recorded peel there. You've got the first peel of Ramsay. You've got the first peel of Stedman. So it's a really atmospheric ringing chamber, and it is a great place to ring.
Hey, can I just ask, I mean, how's the competition been viewed as the locals? Because, I mean, this puts a certain amount of pressure on the locals. A lot of organisation. I know there's people making cakes. You've been sort of setting stalls up. We've got a bar that's set up in the Chantry. What's that been like as a local ringer? Right, kind of capturing that preparation.
I think we're quite lucky that we've got a really thriving band. So we've got about 30 guild members. We have regular visitors that turn up, most weeks, and everyone's been really involved. So, like you say, we've got the bar going on. We've got coffee morning going on. We've got mini ring. We've got the forum with stalls. So everyone's been really involved and really buying into it.
I forgot. Yeah, of course, there's a mini ring coming. What's that all about?
Yeah, our lovely neighbours, the Suffolk Guild, they have a mini ring that they sort of lend out to people that need it for a donation towards their guild fund. So we make use of that as much as we can, and it'll be there tomorrow, and people can go and have a ring on that if they want to.
Amazing. Well, it sounds like there's a lot going on. It's not just a ringing competition. We've got mini rings. We've got the bar thing set up as well. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere.
It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, and I hope the day goes well for you.
Thank you very much. Hope so too.
This is the National 12 Bell Final with Matthew Tosh, live from Norwich.
Here we are, yes. Robert Denton's been in touch. He said, listening to the live feed in Carbrook Tower, best of luck to the Norwich team. Michael O'Hagan has tweeted, he was talking about Kathy Carter, we just heard there, talking about the Bristol entry of the competition. And another message of good luck going out to the teams. We've got, now where was it? I've just saw it on my screen. Mus Black says, good luck to the colleges. Well, that's already gone. Good luck to Exeter. That's from Isabella as well. Now, this is going to be quite challenging to do. We've got Andrew Wilby just come in from the Towcester team, and we've also got our ear on the tower. So, Andrew, we'll start having a little chat with you, but if I have to cut you off, it's because the trebles have been sounded in the tower. I must say, you're looking remarkably relaxed now. You're pleased with the performance?
You're sitting far enough away. I'm actually quite hot and sweaty.
It's disgusting up there, isn't it?
It's like a sauna. We could charge for it.
There's not much cooler in here, though, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, when you go into the tower then, I mean, do you think, oh, my goodness, how are we going to deal with this heat when you go into it? What goes into your mind when you go into a tower like that?
Well, I think, to be absolutely honest with you, it's, God, we've got half an hour of this. How soon can we get out? It's one of the hardest things you do in ringing. Everybody's listening. There's nowhere to hide. And it's really challenging. It's much more challenging than peel ringing, which will go on for 3 hours or something like that. It's really the toughest thing in ringing. And, all credit to everybody who puts themselves through it.
Absolutely, yes. And I say it's not. This is why I do this. This is the bit I can bring to the 12-bar competition. Yeah. I couldn't. I rung in one eliminator many years ago, and I thought I was going to pass out. It was a lot of pressure for me. I just couldn't. I can't deal with that. Yeah. I'm not that calibre. So I take my hat off to all of you for producing the standard of ringing that we're getting today. What's the feeling amongst the team? I mean, you after your performance there.
Well, I don't think anybody really knows. It's very difficult to know how well you've rung. And the best thing to do is to go and have a drink, forget about it, and wait till the judges tell you. Yeah.
But the fact you're there tough. Working as a team, though. I mean, as a team, you're pleased with that kind of. But yeah, that's good for your team. You're happy with that.
Yes, and of course, what it does wonders for the ringing back home every year, because you have this focus of the contest, and that tends to raise the standard of ringing of the whole band, and gets everybody committed. And bell ringing is actually about teamwork. You get the impression it's a very individualistic thing, but really at the bottom it's about teamwork.
Yeah, and we're seeing some fantastic team spirit here today, so great stuff. I might talk to you a little bit later, because we want to just get a little bit of history about the Taylor Trophy as well. That's not for now, though, because we'll be going back over to the tower a bit, but why don't you pop back in a bit and I'll have a chat with you?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Listen, you look like you need to cool down, go get some fresh air after coming out of that sweat box. So Andrew Wilby, thank you very much for talking to us.
The National 12 Bell Final with Matthew Tosh.
Oh, just another message from the Adelaide bell ringers. Charlotte heard her announcement and her round of applause, but it's nearly 11 o'clock there, and she has service ringing tomorrow, so they're going off to bed, some of them. I know some of the ringers down under. I know some of you will be sticking in there until the small hours, and all credit to you if you do. Now, more messages coming in on social media. If you want to get involved, then you can do. It's at National 12 Bell. The hashtag is 12 Bell as well. That's the number 12 in both of those. And of course, if you're on Facebook, it's National 12 Bell Striking Contest. Ringers being the sort of statisticians that they are, they like to go back over statistics over the previous years, and the place to go to for that is the 12 Bell website. So that is 12bell.org.uk. I must kind of just mention about the atmosphere in this building, because downstairs we've got the bar where people are crowding around the speakers, and they're all listening to the other performances, and they're saying, that was a bit late, handstrokes there were a little bit early, and it's going in. You can see the ringers processing this information. So it's great to be able to bring that, and I'd say it's darn sight easier to hear the bells in here than it is outside, because where the tower is situated opposite, there's a funny sort of slightly curved building, and it creates some really weird sound reflections out there, so quite difficult to listen to. Now, another message coming there. Big shout out to Nick Field helping out in the studio. This is from Sam Austin. He says, a former A-level music student of mine at Aldenham School. Have I got that right? Aldenham School? Aldenham School, right. So if you're on the if you're watching the YouTube channel, we're waving at the camera now. So there we go. Thank you very much, Sam. And right on cue, did you hear how we did that timing there? They are the trebles. So this is Melbourne. We've had them practicing away in the background, but now this is the Melbourne test piece.
is the National 12 Bell Final. Matthew Tosh, live from Norwich.
And that, of course, was Melbourne there. Next into the melting pot, stew pot, tower, what you call it, well, it's a bit like a Turkish bath up there at the moment, is Exeter, followed by Norwich, Birmingham, and then Cambridge. Should just say, if you've joined us just now, I'm Matthew Tosh, you're listening to the National 12 Bell broadcast, and this is live from Norwich. St Peter Mancroft is a tower where people are ringing today, and it's getting very hot. Massive West End window there, and the comments that are coming out consistently from people coming out of the tower is just how hot it is up there. Now, during that last piece of ringing, Phil Orme popped into the studio with a message, and the message is from Phil and Liz Orme, who both say thanks to all of the support from the family across the world, especially those of you in Spain. Sadly, our phones have run out of battery. What is this, a public service announcement? So, I'll carry on. Sadly, our phones have run out of batteries. We'll be in touch soon. There we go. Right, next one, another announcement. Nigel's been in touch, Nigel Burt, on email. He's emailed us at, he's emailed 12bellstudio@gmail.com. Well done for a fabulous I can't speak, I need some food. Well done for a fabulous broadcast. I'm enjoying the ringing here in Kingstainton, Devon. Come on, Exeter. Never thought I'd say that as a Torquay United fan. That's a bit political, wasn't it? So thank you very much, Nigel, for your email there. Simon Bond's been in touch. He's having a much more relaxing year this year because he was involved last year, of course, in Oxford. So great to hear from you, Simon. Glad you're enjoying it. He says it's great to be able to hear and see again because we're on camera. Much more relaxed for those of us at home here in Oxford this year compared to last year. And we hope that everyone in Norwich is having a great day. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Simon. Jim and Yvonne Towler say that the college U's easily have it at the halfway stage. So there we are. We've got people's views coming in so far. Jeremy Bates has emailed us as well. Many thanks to the technical team who have enabled the entire world to listen to the contest live. Here in New York, it's a good prep for our 12 bell practice later today. I'm now tapping my toes to the Melbourne test piece. Good luck and regards to all. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Don't forget, 12bellstudio@gmail.com is the email address. And I'll be honest, we're struggling to keep up with all the messages coming in. Lucy Mellon says good luck to the Melbourne team, and Keith Beale says that was a little bit early, said that winners ring 9th, runners up 2nd, 3rd place up 4th. It doesn't even make sense. I need to look at that one again. So Exeter will be too tired and emotional by the time they ring. So it's quite interesting, isn't it, when you sort of you see where people are ringing. If you're ringing towards the end of the day, it's a bit more challenging, and it's just keeping that energy, keeping that focus up, and seeing how things go. Now, as I'm talking, the studio's filling with more people. We've got Michael Hagan we've got to talk to because he's the new secretary, incoming secretary to the 12 Bell Committee. We've got Alex Tackler, just muscled in, just pushed in the studio with a pint of beer. We've got Katie Lucas, and we've got Adam Bennett as well, all from Bristol. So I'm going to have a quick chat with you folks before we speak to Michael. You need to go a bit close to the microphone there if you want to talk to us. So that's it, Lean and Katie. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, it's great. You're looking very summery, I have to say.
Yeah, I thought I'd dress for a festival atmosphere. So
does it feel festivally down there?
it kind of does. People milling around and lots of happy conversations, happy people.
There's no mud though, is there? Do you think we need mud at a 12 bell competition? Get a proper festival atmosphere?
Yeah, no mud yet, and not too many wellies, but
We'll give Glastonbury a run for its money. Now, Alex, you have been posting photos of food, pints of beer with enormous foam heads on. What actually are you doing here? Are you doing any ringing? You're not? You're just milling around?
I'm not ringing today. My sort of sole purpose was to come along, drink a bit until Bristol ring, then wind glint up afterwards.
Right. Could you try and sound a bit happier and a bit more enthusiastic about the competition?
Sorry. My aim this year...
That's better.
is to come along and wind glint up.
Okay. And are you having much success so far?
With the drinking so far, I haven't had a chance to speak to Uncle Ian.
It's one step at a time. One step at a time.
Yeah, sort of baby steps. You know, you don't want to go in too deep too soon.
I thought we'd agreed off air that you wouldn't disclose that he was your uncle.
Well, Yeah, I mean, as long as Liz doesn't find out, I imagine it's okay. And I don't think they're listening. So
that's fine. Okay, that's good.
I mean, nobody else is. So.
Now, we've got currently 100. How many, Gareth? Statistics, please, over there. 117 people listening all over the world. People in Melbourne.
117 laptops you've got over there.
Yeah, I've got them all plugged in under the table. That's right. But of the ringing and what you've heard so far, I mean, what do you make of the day?
To say I've listened to any of it would be a lie, I'm afraid. Okay. But I mean, I'm sure it's all been of a good standard that every tower would be pleased to have on a Sunday.
Okay, but the fact you're still here, I mean, you are obviously enjoying today. I mean,
it's been great.
What brings you to the 12 bell contest?
You sort of get to see a lot of people who you don't see every day. I mean, obviously I see most of the Bristol ringers on a weekly basis, but you know, people from up north, people from London who you don't see very often. It's nice to come along and catch up with them over a couple of pints.
Indeed. And for you, Katie, I mean, what brings you here?
Well, I've never been to Norwich before, so that's quite exciting. There's an amazing market down there that you can sort of hear the ringing a little bit drifting over as you're wandering through stalls. There's baskets and clothes.
Is that the one that looks like loads of beach huts?
Yes. Yeah, and it's lovely. Yeah, it's really good. There's also a gang of bikers down there that are all sort of like hanging out. I think it's like a bit of a motorcycle convention at the bottom of the tower. Because
of the 12 bell, all these bikers have come out to listen to this.
Well, they heard there was something exciting going on and wanted to get involved, I think.
Fantastic. Well, it's a lovely atmosphere out there. The car parks, the beer's flowing in the car parks. It looks really nice out there, and I'm up here sweating in it. What do you make of the temperature in here? Is it feeling hot?
I think you could definitely do with, a little bit of a cooling breeze, but, you can't have everything.
Aircon, ice cream, anything, ice cubes.
I think the trouble, Matthew, is that anywhere I go, it's pretty hot.
Oh dear. Right, well listen, thank you very much for coming into the studio. We're going to move you out, Alex, and we're going to move in Michael O'Hagan, because I do want to talk to him about the organisation as well. Listen, thank you very much, seriously, all three of you. Adam is just there. Is it you're kind of a support unit over there? The beer? Well, come I have a quick seat? A quick hello to your listeners. When I say your listeners... No, you're going out, right? Okay, thank you very much. That's the Bristol kind of supporters posse, and I have to say I'm very excited now because Simon Rudd has just entered. There's door slamming with a massive cake. Round of applause for the cake, which you can see on the webcam at the moment. So
that is a cake which I made.
It's a homemade cake. Brilliant.
The National 12 Bell Final with Matthew Tosh.
I have to be careful I don't double click there. So thank you very much to all of your messages. We'll be featuring more of those in a moment. Do want to talk to Michael though, because you are the new secretary of the 12 Bell Committee, aren't you?
Yes, that's true. After the results today, I think I'll be secretary of the committee that's running next year's contest. So
okay, right,
it's quite exciting.
It is exciting, yeah. I mean, just talk for people that don't quite understand the organisation. What does that role actually entail? What are you responsible for?
I think really it's just to make sure that the contest actually happens. I mean, you'll know that the format is to hold 3 eliminators and a final. All of those things are sort of run locally by a local organising committee of the tower concerned. But I think it's just a question of being the person who makes sure that all of those people do what they need to do to ensure a smooth contest, and actually to just be the glue that holds together a huge team of people across the country.
I'm going to ask you possibly a very challenging question, and you don't feel under any pressure to answer it, but I mean, do you see the competition evolving anyway? I was talking to George, she was talking about the strikeometer. It's been something that she's seen developed massively in the past 4 years. What are your thoughts on how the competition is developing, either in terms of technology or the standards of ringing?
I think obviously the contest's been a great, from sort of looking at the history of the contest, it's been a great thing to sort of push on the standard of 12 bell ringing across the country. I mean, the first 12 bell contest that was had, there weren't even eliminators, and now we're in a position where we can hold eliminators to decide the people to represent 12 bell ringing in the final from across sort of 30 plus teams across the country. So it's clearly been a really important thing to push up the standard of 12 bell ringing nationally. As for where it will go in the future, I'm not sure. I think the strikeometer is a really interesting piece of technology that might affect how we approach 12 bell ringing in the future, and even ring on lower numbers too. I guess it's just time will tell what that does, but it'll be very interesting to sort of be in the position of an organizer of such a thing, to see exactly how such a national event can help drive up standards across the whole country. Yeah.
And I tell you what, you do. I mean, you had a little bit of experience of this last year when the competition was in Oxford. You get a very different perspective when you're on the organising side, don't you? Rather than just sort of turning up as a punter and in this kind of well-oiled machine, the bar's there, everyone's having a good time, and which is how it should be. You don't want people to see the work behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I remember being a sort of a younger ringer in Oxford and seeing people, organise huge events, be they 12 bell events or other sorts of ringing events, and just turning up, having a great time, and never really quite appreciating, the work that goes on behind the scenes to make these things happen. But yeah, it's a really good thing to be involved in, definitely, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
We're talking to Michael O'Hagan, who's the incoming Secretary of the 12 Bell Committee. He's the person you're going to be talking to if you end up hosting either an eliminator or a final. Michael, thank you very much. I think you need to get back downstairs because we've kind of been baking you in the studio here. But do pop back up and see us, and we'll try and catch up with you later today to get your thoughts on how the competition is unfolding.
Okay.
Michael O'Hagan, thank you very much.
The National 12 Bell Final, live from Norwich.
Now, Richard Webster says, I spotted the studio selfie. He was obviously watching on the YouTube photos there. Now, Liz Barnes has actually posted a photo. We're going to retweet this immediately because she's posted a photo of the emergency 12 bell party. They say they're enjoying the stream and the Dark Star beers. Hashtag 12 bell there. So thank you very much, Liz, there for your tweet. Daniel Denton says, good luck to Norwich. I'm listening to the live stream on YouTube from Carbrook at our Patronal Festival, zip wiring teddies. The mind boggles, it really does. The mind boggles. Now, just to say that, John Fisher is holding up a teddy who's just come in, obviously ringing for Melbourne. Should we hold the teddy up just for the webcam so people can see the there we are, it's the teddy. Is this a team mascot or something?
It's my son's teddy. I've brought him with me this weekend.
The teddy or the son?
The son.
And the teddy came with your son?
I forgot his teddy. So we had an emergency shopping trip this morning.
And that took priority over any 12 bell?
Before we arrived at the church.
Oh my goodness.
I had to dive into Clinton's and buy him a teddy.
The stress. Now, you brought a team member with you. Who have you brought with you?
This is Christian Peckham, our conductor.
Oh, right. Very important job then. Okay. Isn't it... There is you have to call some plain hunt in this one, do you?
Just plain hunt at the end. Yeah, that's right. Just plain hunt at the end.
Okay, so as a kind of a conductor then, were you pleased with the performance?
We had some good ringing. Unfortunately, we did have a method mistake in the fifth lead, I think it was, which sort of let us down a bit.
We've struggled to get that lead right throughout the entire lead up to the competition. Yeah. And sure enough, we had the same problem again today.
It's funny, isn't it, when you get sort of hooked up on things in your head, and I imagine that's actually a really difficult thing to try and iron out. I mean, what's your process for practicing? Are you regularly practicing every week, having just a normal practice, or have you had a 12 bell competition specific practices at Melbourne?
Well, we have a monthly practice, so normally we would only practice one Thursday a month. Just on the lead up to the competition, we've had one extra practice here and one at St Margaret's, Leicester.
Okay. Yeah. And John, I mean, the journey to get the team to the final here today, what's that been like? And have you seen any changes in people's approaches to ringing in normal service ringing as a result?
I'm not sure we have, really. We had a bit of a meltdown at Ripon 2 years ago.
Okay.
When we got the strikeometer results, we all tried to compensate for that. I think we went too far the other way.
Really?
And didn't ring very well, so we've been trying not to do it this year. We've been using the strikeometer results to inform us, but not trying to overcorrect for it.
So how useful do you find? Because I mean, when I've seen the outputs, it just looks like just like a big spreadsheet to me. But I mean, how useful have you found that?
It is useful. I mean, the computer's absolutely merciless. There's no way you can hide any errors, so you can see exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
The risk is you see an error in the spreadsheet, which is tiny in real life, but it's there starkly in front of you on the screen, and you can't overcorrect.
Yeah.
You go too far the other way next time.
So that's almost another.
Well, that's what I do anyway.
Yeah, that's a skill in itself as well. Then just kind of interpreting the data,
knowing what to do with the data.
Yeah. Now you've got somebody who's just no, it's fine. Come on. Who's this?
Yeah, this is my happy camper. This is my son Billy, who's come for the weekend with me.
Hello, Billy.
This is the owner of the teddy.
Okay. There's lots of people watching all over the world. So if you turn around, if you might, that's it. You might stand up. That's right, and wave there. So this is Billy. So it's just is Jeanette here today?
No, she's gone on a hen do in London.
Oh, right, she's got far more sense.
Just the two of us.
Brilliant.
Boys' camping trip.
And you're camping here?
Yes.
Yeah, there's quite a few people. We've got a mixture of people. Some people are in B&Bs, some people are in hotels, but there is quite a few, a growing number of ringers who do the camping thing. And you've got the weather for it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's too hot in here, in fact.
Yeah. So now that you've done your ringing, both of you, what's the plan for the rest of the day? Are you just going to hit the bar downstairs? You're going to go for a wander? Have you done? There's dragons. There's treasure hunts. There's all sorts going on.
Definitely time for a beer first, I think, or several.
And can I ask, what temperature was it up in the tower?
Almost as hot as this studio.
Almost. So we've got the edge. We've got the edge. It's hotting up in here.
It doesn't seem too bad when you first walk in, and by the time you finish rigging, you think, actually, this is quite hot. I'd like to get out now.
Yeah, well, because when you're exerting yourselves as well, you've got the pressure as well. So, right, we're going to leave it there because that's the trebles just ringing for the next team. So, next up, of course, is Exeter. But we've just been talking to John Fisher and Christian Peckham. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
The National 12 Bell Final with Matthew Tosh.